Earlier this evening, when I got home from being out where I was today, I did the thing I do first every single time I come home on a summer night. I put on my uniform, my gray shorts, my white t-shirt, and I was ready for a summer evening at home. Now, no, it's true, it's not exactly summer yet, it's really just the end of May, but summer's around the corner, and in my city, it was 90 degrees today. So it got me to thinking about ways that I like to make the most of my summer, or more importantly, ways I like to make summer my time for self-care. I'm Linda. This is Linda's World. This is the return of Self-Care Sundays, and I'm going to tell you my top 10 ways for turning summer 2021 into self-care summer for me, and more importantly, for you. All that starts right now. One hot, muggy day in June 1992, at the end of the 10th grade, my English teacher, Miss Margulies, called me up to the desk at the end of class to share something important with me. She wasn't only my teacher, but also kind of my boss, because she was the editor of the school newspaper and I was on staff. Now, some time ago, she'd asked me to write an editorial for the June issue for the end of the year entitled Summer Vacation and What It Means to Me. So I'd written it, it had gone to print, and the paper had been out for a couple of days. And what she had to tell me was that so many positive reviews had come her way on my behalf that she felt compelled to not only share them with me, in case I hadn't heard, but she was inviting me to be the editor of the school newspaper the following year. Now, I think the person who came before me had graduated or something. Nevertheless, at the start of the 11th grade, I became the editor of the paper. Now, I am not telling you this story at the beginning of this video to share some ridiculous accolades I had 29 years ago. No, that's not the reason. I'm sharing it with you because summer vacation and what it means to me was something I wrote 29 years ago from here, from the depths of my soul, because I not only love summer, but I feel that it is the thing most in this universe that recharges me, restores me to the person that I know that I can be. And it's not only fun, but it's the most healing time of the year for me. Now, I've compiled a list of 10 different things that I do every summer vacation. And I say summer vacation because as a teacher, I have off for 2 months of the year. But nevertheless, you could do them if you have a job during July and August as well. And these 10 things will help you to feel like I feel in the summer. Healthy, looking better, happy, recharged, and ready to take on whatever problems come your way after you've done all these 10 things. So why don't I just start sharing them with you? Now, the first one does depend on two things. It depends on your age, and it depends on whether or not you live in a landlocked state or somewhere near the ocean. And that is, have a beach day all alone. Yes. Now, of course, if you are under a certain age, you got to ask your parents first. But assuming you live near the ocean, go to the beach by yourself. There's something that happens to me, and I am not a person who meditates. I don't have the stick-to-itiveness. There is something that happens to me when I put the towel on the sand and my butt on the towel and look at that ocean that takes me to a state that can only be achieved through the highest level of meditation, I would imagine. It's a weird depths of my soul happiness that comes through when I put the music in my ears, basically the playlist of songs that played at the beach when I was little, so I could also jog my memory, and look out at the sea and enjoy. The little birds are in the sands picking at things to eat. The ocean is rolling in. You could smell the salt water. The sand is pretty much getting on everything, which most people don't like, but I find to be the coolest part of the whole experience. You can tan or not. You can play music or not. You could read a book. You could do anything you want, but be at the beach. Put your butt in the sand, or in a chair if you prefer, of course, all by yourself, and enjoy the beauty that is the beach. I'm telling you right now, it will restore your spirits like nobody's business. Now, my second piece of advice for you guys is kind of similar, but kind of not. And it's going to the beach with others. Yeah. Grab family, grab friends, grab both, grab whoever you want, your significant other, the kids, it doesn't matter, and put together a group beach day. Figure out who brings the music, who brings the snacks, who brings the towels, whatever you have to do, and develop beach community. Get the gang together. Come in separate cars, come in the same car, whatever, it doesn't matter. Spread out the towels, spread out the sheets and the chairs and the umbrellas and all the things you have to do, and have a good old-fashioned picnic on the sand. Sit and enjoy the ocean, take the kids and make them jump over the waves and throw them up in the air. Go into the ocean yourself with your brother or your sister or your cousin or your best friend and have a swimming race. Flip each other around. Make up little TikTok dances on the shore, whatever you want to do with yourself, but do it together in the spirit of community at the beach. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't done this in a couple of years, but pretty much my entire childhood, teens, and 20s was spent doing this before I developed this alone at the beach routine from number one. And I have to tell you that I never had a bad time. Even when I was with people that were just sort of okay, I never walked away from that experience without this sense of community and sense of good old-fashioned quintessential summer fun, which is, well, something you can only do during a certain time. Now, of course, you can get together with family and friends anytime during the year, but there's something about the community spirit that is towels on the sand, eating your food, drinking your beverage out of the jug, and just walking along the shore together that makes everything fall into place, and I highly recommend it. Now, we're going to move away from the ocean here for number three, and people who know me in real life are going to laugh because they would not expect this of me in a million years. Make yourself a colorful fruit salad. Now, I know that I pretty much live on Big Macs, microwave White Castle, and M&Ms, but seriously, a fruit salad is the quintessential summer food. And even just looking at it, even before you eat it, it's just a big bucket of summer fun. Get yourself a bowl and put in the fruits that you appreciate. The standards, of course, are the cantaloupe, the honeydew melon, and the watermelon, and you can buy them pre-cubed at the store. You know, you could chop your own. I buy the cubed ones because I'm lazy, whatever, and dump them in the bowl. And personally, into the mix, I like to put pineapple, sliced banana, and little hunks of apple because I find that it gives the kick that I'm looking for. I tried putting blueberries, but it didn't work. Nevertheless, put whatever fruits you enjoy. Mix it all up together and just enjoy the delicious, awesome, moist, I know lots of people hate that word, I don't, it's moist, coolness of just summer in your mouth. That's all I can describe it as. It's summer in your mouth. A fruit salad is a healthy thing to do. It is definitely a good thing to do if you're dieting. It's a wonderful tasting thing. It's a lovely snack. It's a lunch. It's a breakfast. You could eat it any time of the day. And personally, I like to eat it while doing number one, which is being at the beach by myself. Anyone who's seen my previous videos, especially last summer's vlog, where I was eating pineapple at the beach, I think you know what I'm talking about. I can't wait to do that again. Oh my God, when is it going to be 90 degrees again? So, number four is sort of in the spirit of the fruit, but it's of the drinkable version instead. Try your hand at interesting or not so interesting summer cocktails, or if you don't drink alcohol, mocktails. Now, there's the quintessential cocktails that everybody drinks. You know, there's pina coladas and mojitos and margaritas. And listen, I'm not turning my nose up at any of those. They're wonderful. But you might want to experiment with flavors. Break out the blender if you've got one. If you don't, go to Amazon and get yourself a blender. You can get one for 25 bucks and put all of the stuff in the blender and see what happens. Personally, I've had a lot of success with the following. I take lemon flavored Absolute, right? And so that's my vodka base. And then I put into it lemonade iced tea. Right? You can get the Arnold Palmer, whatever you like. And then I put some ice and I put it in the blender and I serve it with a wedge of lemon inside. I like a lot of lemon. Nevertheless, that's my summer cocktail, and you could just eliminate the vodka and make a mocktail if you'd like. But the point is that summer cocktails are a refreshing way to just enjoy your evening or your luncheon or your dinner with friends or your night out in the backyard with your husband, your wife, your friend, your mother, whatever, you know. Make a picture of it and let it go around. It's a wonderful way to liven up a party. And the more creative you get with the different, like, mixtures of different, like, you know, fruit flavors or whatever. I mean, be careful if you're making a cocktail, not a mocktail, because clearly the less it tastes like alcohol, the less you know that you're drinking. But nevertheless, you know, within reason and in a responsible fashion, I suggest the summer cocktail or, like I said, mocktail for people in recovery, people underage, whatever. It's all good. I've done it without the vodka myself a million times, and let me tell you something. It's whatever you want it to be. Nevertheless, it just brightens up a summer evening like nobody's business. So there's my number 4. Now, my 5th piece of advice has nothing to do with food or drink, but it is make yourself a summer reading list. And actually read the books on the list. I know lots of people make a reading list and then they're like, you know, they get some clues from like online, or their friends give them a book to read or whatever, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna take care of this summer. Oh, I'll read it on the plane to my vacation. I'll read this on the beach, whatever. And then, life happens to you and you don't read. But I'm telling you, pick books that you actually want to read. Don't take advice from friends about some bullshit that you don't care for. Sit down with a pencil and paper, notes on your phone, whatever, and make a realistic list of books that you'd like to read. I'd be more than happy to share with you a wonderful reading list that I had myself from last summer. Summer 2020 felt a little different, and I felt the need to escape into as many different stories that weren't mine and weren't the world's during that time. So I read a couple of awesome books that I highly recommend, and it's funny because maybe it's because I'm a reader, maybe it's because I love summer so much, maybe it's both of these, but I always associate these titles now with summer. If I ever reread the book in like December, I'd be thinking it was July. So I'm gonna share my list with you in the description of this video if you'd like, or make up your own, or YouTube or Google some other lists. And personally, I find my best recommendations on Amazon by accident or other people's YouTube videos. So look out for mine and look out for theirs, and you'll have yourself something to read on the plane to your vacation, the Uber to your staycation, or just sitting at the beach drinking your mocktail or your cocktail. Now, number 6 is, well, it's tied to the beach, but you can do this anywhere. And it is, make yourself a playlist of songs that mean summer to you. Okay, now you could start with the summer songs, songs that have summer in the title, Summertime Blues, Summer Breeze, things of that nature. Am I the only person who remembers these songs because I'm older? But in any case, make yourself a summer playlist and just incorporate those songs. If you put your music on your ears, if you use it in the car, if you play it on your Alexa or your Google Home while you're cleaning, whatever, and you just play these songs and just enjoy. And what happens to you is these songs, make them songs you enjoy, songs you like, and songs that remind you of summer and being happy in the summer. Okay, we're not looking for sad love ballads, songs that remind you of lost loved ones. We're looking for summer fun songs. Okay, and songs that were on in the summer when you were a kid and you enjoyed them. Songs that talk about what we're gonna do this summer. Soak Up the Sun by Sheryl Crow. Things of that nature. Songs that say summer. I'm repeating myself, so I'm just gonna keep on going with the list. Now for number 7, what you need is a pair of headphones. AirPods, doesn't matter. Okay, because you're not going to get in the car, you're not doing this in your house, but it involves music. Okay, so now in number 6, I told you to make a list of summer songs, but here's what's different about 7. You're going to put on music that's empowering, music that makes you feel strong, healthy, happy, songs that are empowering to you as a person, empowering to the society, whatever that means to you. Hip hop that expresses the Black experience, or I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar, whatever is personal to you that makes you feel empowered. And you're going to put this music on, you're going to put on your headphones, and you're going to take a walk or a bicycle ride. You're not getting in the car. You're going to take a walk or a bicycle ride, or rollerblades for that matter, through your town. Okay? Pick a cool spot. I live in New York, and there's really nothing pretty to see here, but doesn't matter. I still put on the songs and go walking because, well, I like to do my chores, and often they're outside. So I put on the empowering music as I'm walking. Might I make a recommendation of the song Don't Stop Moving by Live and Joy? And I will link that in the description as well if you'd like. And it's probably one of the most empowering songs I've ever heard in my life, and it really propels me forward when I need the energy boost. Now you're going to play these songs as you're taking your walk or your bicycle ride or whatever, and you're going to just let that sink in. The lyrics, the music itself, whatever floats your boat, will be in your head at the same time as you're getting some exercise and walking about and looking out at whatever is your hometown. And together, those messages and all that different sensory stuff will congeal in your brain, and you will wind up feeling better about where you live. Now, if you love where you live, you have no problem, fine. But if you don't like where you live, like me, this actually makes it a little less ugly, and it makes you feel a little better at harnessing it and taking it for what it is and enjoying the ride anyway. You know what I mean? So when I walk around the disgusting Brooklyn neighborhood that I live in and I put on something that is empowering, it kind of makes the journey not so difficult. Then I go to Dunkin' and get a caramel latte and I go home. So let's move on to number 8. Ladies, this is for you. Gentlemen, you could do this too. But I think a lot of the women watching will appreciate when I say is number 8 is make yourself try a bold summer look that you've been afraid of doing. Okay, now there's all kinds of ways for us to dress in the summer. You know, there's rompers and there's sundresses and there's my uniform, the shorts from Hollister and the t-shirt from the Gap. But whatever it is that you don't normally wear, that's a summer specific item, step out of your comfort zone. Have you always worn a one piece and there's really nothing holding you back from a 2-piece but your embarrassment? Break out the 2-piece. Start with a tankini if that's something that's more modest for you. You know, are you looking to do something that's more fashion forward? Well, go on the websites. There's lots of different inexpensive clothing websites like Shein or whatever that will, Rose Gal is one that I used to use, that will give you inexpensive summer clothing that like breathes well, but also is fashion forward and sort of trending this year. Now, if you don't want to do this with clothing, you might want to do this look differently with hair or makeup. For example, Demi Lovato, I know it wasn't for summer. I know it was a different reason. Recently, buzz cut her hair and she looks absolutely fantastic. And I almost never think women with short hair look nice, but I think she looks lovely. And she was bold enough to try this new look. Now, once again, I know that's not for summer reasons. She has her own issues. But seriously, give it a try. Do a different style, just one day. Walk out of your house in a sundress if all you ever wear is jeans. Walk out in a romper if you're used to covering your legs. Do something bold, either revealing, fashion forward, whatever. Something that says summer, but doesn't normally say you. And it's going to say you in the summer after you wear it. Now we're getting close to the end of this list here. We only have 2 left. And so for number 9, I'm going to tell you that you could do this any time of the year. But this is something that I do every summer. And this is my relaxation at the end of the night kind of thing. And I change it up every summer. Pick a series that you want to watch. Now, for this one, the series has to be something you've never seen before, or a series that you watched some time ago but haven't seen in a long, long time. So it's almost like a new show. And you want to pick that show and stick with it and binge it through your summer vacation. Now, brief short story. So summer 1919. Wow. 2000 and I want to say 13. I got home the last day of school, and my ex-husband was really into Game of Thrones, and I wasn't. And so I'd watched an episode. It was season 3, and I watched it, and I liked it, and I was like, well, now I have to know. So I sat from the last day of school, right when I got home, until I was done, and watched seasons 1 through 3 to be caught up, and then I continued the series. And every time I think of Game of Thrones now, I think of the summer, because I remember watching it on summer vacation. You know, just like the first time I watched Mad Men was on February, and I always think of winter when I think of Mad Men. So anyway, find yourself this series and binge it this summer. But the thing is, I'm not telling you this for any weird summer reason. I'm just telling you that after you've done all of the things I've said, going to the beach and making your cocktails and, you know, rollerblading around town, playing your music, all these things, I'm telling you that at night when you decompress with your show, right, it just, I don't know, it's just a good thing to end your day. And if you enjoy summer and you've been doing what I've said up until now, and summer has been self-care for you, then what better way to top it off than by absorbing yourself into a story that isn't your own? And every time you watch it, you'll think of that wonderful summer where you did all these things. I rewatch series all the time, so that's where I am at this. Now, the very last thing I have to say is not rocket science, and I'm going to end with this here. Folks, whatever you do, and of course this goes for all 4 seasons, but specifically in summer, whatever you do, if you do all 9 of these activities, do this while you're doing them. Drink lots of water. Now, I did something stupid this week. I consumed nothing but Pepsi and iced coffee for like 4 days. I did not drink any water at all. And I sat down tonight and I was drinking a whole bunch of water, and I gotta tell you, I instantly felt different. And if you're a person who's sitting here going, it's not for me, it's plain, whatever, Spice it up. Put some cucumber in it. Put some lemon in it. Whatever you're going to do. But there's all kinds of ways to trick yourself into drinking water when you're not, you know. And I don't mind it. I happen to like water. I can drink it with ease. But I just forgot to. And it's funny because forgetting to drink water made me remember how important it really is. And it's also important to stay hydrated in the summer because it's hotter. And this is not advice for you, but it's more kind of advice for your furry friends. As a dog mom for the last 19 years, I fully, like, must embrace this, you know, thing, which is if you're thirsty, so's your dog, so's your cat, okay? If you've got a furry friend at home, make absolutely certain that if you're drinking water, so are they. Keep bowls in the house. Keep the bowls of water refreshed and cold enough. Not cold enough, drop an ice cube in it. I don't do that for Chloe because she's afraid of ice cubes. Nevertheless, Sophia wasn't, my previous dog. So do that for your dog or your cat. Refill it often to make sure that it's cold enough. If they tend to hang out all over the house, use multiple water bowls, okay? Like I have one in the living room, I have one in the bedroom, so Chloe can have her choice of bowls. And make sure that they're refreshed, because the thing is that it's important for us to maintain a certain core temperature so that we can enjoy summer vacation and it doesn't turn into a trip to the emergency room or just feel like crap all the time or spending $1,000 we didn't expect to spend at the vet because our dog or our cat didn't get enough hydration. You know what I mean? So I just want to throw that, not self-care, but self-pet care in there at the end. In any case, and in summation, this has been things I do during the summer that are for my self-care that I hope that you do too. Now, none of these things are rocket science, and I realize these aren't groundbreaking things, but I think that sometimes it's important to have somebody remind you of, like, state the obvious, kind of, you know. And I think sometimes it's important to get a list together, like an action plan. If you find yourself saying, well, I know that it's summer, so what do people do? Like, how do I make this the best summer ever? But you'll notice that my list isn't how to get, like, you know, hot girl summer, like, not like summer fun, but summer care for yourself. Every single thing on this list has to do with either stimulating or relaxing your mind or your body. Everything on this list is something you can do during the months of June, July, and August, and in some places into September. And everything on this list is something you could do for virtually little money. I don't have a whole lot of money, so I take my fun for free or for very cheap. And these are quite cheap items that I've listed here, you know. Now, of course, I'm sure that other people may have their lists as well, and that's totally cool. But I wanted to put this out there because I wanted you guys to know that if I, who have, like, how could I put this? If I, who spends a good deal of time in their own head and in their own misery, feels completely at one with the earth and as though there's no problem in the world and nothing can touch me through the months of July and August, then I must be doing something right. You know what I mean? And so if I know a thing, I share it with you because I don't wish my bad mood on any of you. I don't wish my misery on anyone out there. So if I find a way to be happy, well, you better believe I'm going to share it on camera because we're all in this together. And I may come up with a list of more stuff to do, but these are the 10 that I swear by. And these are the 10 that have held me through for 44 summers now. So I don't know. What do you think? Am I doing something right? Who knows? Comment below and let me know. And if perchance you guys do any of these specifically, then let me know in the comments. If you've already done these and they've worked for you in the past, well, then let me know that too. I'm interested to know what you have to say. And if you have an idea of something I left out, it would be wonderful to share with the community of citizens of Linda's World and summer lovers things you do in the summer that are for your self-care. And, well, I'm going to go and do one of the things on the list. Which one am I going to do? I'm not saying. Maybe I'll do 2 of these at the same time. Who knows? I can do whatever I want. It's summer. Thank you.